A study has shown that individuals over 70 live 22% longer if they have a circle of genuine friends. Fake friends may offer comforting lies, but real friends give honest, even if harsh, truths. Stay strong enough to let go of what isn't best for you and patient enough to wait for the blessings meant for you. When your mind is weak, situations become problems. When balanced, they become challenges, and with a strong mind, they become opportunities. 2 essentials for a confident life: walk as if you are royalty, or as if it doesn't matter who is. It's never too late to begin again. If yesterday didn't bring happiness, try something new today. Don't stay stuck, strive to do better. Playing fair is the only way to truly win. Karma is real, and you reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. When someone lies to you, it's a sign they don't respect you enough to be honest and think you're too naive to catch on. Everything is temporary. Emotions, thoughts, people, and surroundings. Don't get attached. Just go with the flow. Don't feel discouraged if someone questions your abilities. Feel proud of yourself, because people question gold's purity, not iron. Money might be the worst discovery for human life, yet it's a powerful tool to reveal human nature. The small seed understood that to grow, it had to be dropped into soil, be enveloped in darkness, and struggle to reach the light. Relationships often end prematurely because people stop putting in the same effort they once did to keep you as they did to win you. We tend to trust those who openly share their weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Psychology says making a mistake takes only a moment, but forgetting it can take a lifetime. Humans are wired to cling to what's familiar, which is why we hold on to things, even if they're harmful. Studies show that staring at fire enhances brain functions like memory and problem solving, just as it did in early humans. Success is like a delicious meal. Patience, intelligence, knowledge, and experience make up the ingredients, but hard work is the pinch of salt that enhances the flavor. Psychology says time apart in a relationship is necessary so both partners can recognize and appreciate each other's value. People think being alone causes loneliness, but the loneliest feeling comes from being around the wrong people. Men often act foolishly around women they find especially attractive. Research shows that couples who spend more on weddings have higher rates of divorce. Missing someone who misses you can be sweetly painful, but it may also feel like a slow ache. Lack of sleep and inconsistent sleep patterns can lead to an earlier death. Emotions influence the physical body. Jealousy can cause stomach pain, and stress can lead to headaches. Couples who live together before engagement have a higher chance of divorce than those who wait. Physical distance doesn't weaken a relationship if its foundation is strong. There's a type of music called binaural beats that can create a high-like effect and trigger unique dreams. The scent of oranges can reduce stress, lowering it by up to 70% simply by smelling or eating one. Strong people stand up for themselves, but even stronger ones stand up for others. Even the most accomplished ones started as beginners. Don't hesitate to take that first step. Ignore negative comments from envious people, as ignoring them shows they don't control your feelings. Holding grudges or keeping angry feelings can disrupt your sleep. Using people's names while talking helps build trust. Research shows that long-term couples with deep bonds can comfort each other in times of stress or pain just by holding hands. When someone leaves your life, let them go. You may miss them, but remember you didn't give up on the relationship. A higher resemblance in appearance between couples is linked to greater marital satisfaction. A healthy relationship involves someone who accepts your past, supports your present, and encourages your future. You'll be toxic to anyone trying to love you until you heal and learn to love yourself first. Recent studies suggest people who obsess over minor mistakes or overreact are often lonely and lack love in their lives. Research also shows that attractive women who wear makeup are often seen as more aggressive by other women. 3 things in life cannot be retrieved: a moment after it's missed, a word after it's spoken, and time after it's wasted. A study revealed that when asked by strangers if they would have a one-night stand, 75% of men said yes, while every woman asked said no. When a woman no longer feels upset or annoyed by you, it's a near certain sign she no longer cares. Men may feel viruses' effects more severely due to high testosterone levels, which can weaken their immune system. A good relationship is with someone who knows all your insecurities and flaws but still loves you just as you are. Lying requires a lot of mental energy since liars must juggle both the lie and the truth in their minds. This leads them to use simpler sentences and struggle with mental tasks. Kissing someone releases a surge of energy in both mind and body, creating a strange yet wonderful feeling. It's okay to marry a man who isn't financially secure. You can grow together without adding undue pressure on him. When a woman is in need of intimacy, 4 signs may appear. She might bite her lips, touch you more frequently, blush, or add a sway to her hips. Hypersomnia is a condition where someone can sleep 12 to 15 hours and still wake up feeling tired. People think a soulmate is an ideal match, but a true soulmate is a mirror, someone who reveals everything holding you back and helps you see areas where you can change your life. Many believe love is filled with joy, smiles, and romance, yet in reality, love also brings pain, hurt, and tears. When someone's love for you fades, their tone and attitude are often the first things to change. There are intriguing psychological facts about love and human behavior. Individuals of similar attractiveness levels tend to pair up. Hugs lasting over 20 seconds trigger oxytocin, release a chemical that fosters trust. Simply viewing a photo of a loved one can reduce pain. Studies reveal that people who are happier and more pleasant to be around are harder to leave and tend to stay in relationships longer. People often prefer altering reality instead of changing their views about others. When a man finds a woman attractive, he might flex his muscles or stand taller to appear stronger. Research shows relationships most commonly end between 3 and 5 months from their start. It takes around 4 minutes to determine whether you like someone or not. Women's tears have been scientifically proven to reduce men's arousal and testosterone. Showing gratitude to loved ones immediately boosts happiness. When 2 people in love look into each other's eyes, their heartbeats synchronize. Parents who see failure negatively tend to raise children who think intelligence is fixed. Men with deeper voices are more appealing to women, while women with higher-pitched voices are more attractive to men. Thinking about love enhances creativity, whereas thinking about sex encourages practical thinking. Women often find men with defined cheekbones and strong jaws more attractive, as these features indicate high testosterone levels. Holding hands with a loved one can relieve physical pain, stress, and fear. Symmetrical faces are generally more attractive, often indicating good health. People who regularly help others are happier and less likely to suffer from depression as they get older. Men with sleep deprivation are more likely to misinterpret a woman's intentions, assuming she's interested in sleeping with them. Couples with too much in common are less likely to last. Studies show that emotionally intense experiences, such as a breakup, divorce, or losing a loved one, can cause real physical pain in the heart, known as broken heart syndrome. Kindness makes people appear more attractive to the opposite sex. Children raised in stressful or strict environments are more likely to overthink as adults. Research suggests women are more attracted to men in red than other colors. Relationships lasting over 4 months are considered true love stories. Ignoring someone you're attracted to may make you like them even more. People are often more open and honest when they're tired, which is why confessions frequently happen during late-night talks. Women tend to remember men with deep voices rather than high-pitched ones. Those in love show similar brain chemicals to those with OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder. Dilated pupils are a sign of attraction and can make a person appear more appealing. People prefer symmetrical facial features in partners, subconsciously associating it with better genetics. Men are often drawn to women with facial structures resembling their mothers. When you prioritize self-care, you feel better, look better, and attract healthier relationships. Friendships formed between ages 16 and 28 are more likely to be lasting and strong. Dancing before leaving the house in the morning can help you face the day more positively. For the first 3 seconds after waking, you might not remember anything. A study shows living near clear water is linked to lower psychological distress. When looking at someone you love, your pupils can dilate by up to 45%. Waking up for no apparent reason in the middle of the night might mean someone is dreaming about you. When someone misses you, there's an 80% chance they'll appear in your dream. People tend to enjoy music from artists with personalities similar to their own. Sleeping right after studying helps you retain information better. Sleeping on your left side offers the most health benefits, aiding digestion, enhancing brain health, and reducing snoring. If you suspect someone is hiding something during a conversation, don't repeatedly question them instead. Maintain eye contact to make them uncomfortable and feel guilty, which can reveal the truth. Prolonged eye contact can even cause strangers to fall in love. Studies show people who use sarcasm in response to silly questions tend to have a healthy mind. In group settings, people often look at the person they feel closest to when laughing together. Women tend to desire a lot of intimacy with the man they love, while men often seek intimacy with multiple women. Waking up just 1 hour earlier can reduce the risk of major depression by 23%. Lonely people often take long hot baths to compensate for the absence of a social circle and emotional connections. Being ignored by someone you deeply care about triggers brain responses similar to physical pain. In a partner, people usually value emotional intelligence over raw intellect. The human head is known to remain conscious for about 20 seconds after decapitation. Individuals who exercise at least once or twice a week are less likely to experience depression or anxiety. Those who worry and overthink often have higher verbal skills, critical thinking, and problem-solving abilities. People are naturally happier when they stay busy. Firstborns are often seen as bossy or responsible, while last-born children are sometimes viewed as impulsive and irresponsible. Extreme fear can cause death as the body releases a surge of adrenaline, which can be toxic in high amounts. Girls who mature early are more prone to become delinquent and emotionally reactive as they age. Using a girl's name often during conversation can make her like you more. Women are excellent problem solvers, and when they're feeling low, they just need someone to sincerely listen. Those who engage in daily self-pleasure have a higher likelihood of experiencing fatigue and weakness. Early ejaculation, which may affect sexual experiences with a partner, and other issues like penile injury, vision changes, lower back pain, testicular discomfort, and hair loss. For long-term relationships, an attractive face is often valued over an appealing body. Women tend to think more frequently about the people they love throughout the day. Hugging a woman for 20 seconds can improve her self-esteem and happiness. The reason singing in the shower feels confident is partly because of the reverb, which enhances the voice by adding bass and making it sound stronger, thereby boosting confidence. Most people don't truly seek freedom, as it brings responsibility, which can be frightening. About 98% of boys are attracted to girls who make them laugh. When it comes to relationships, 85% of people desire perfection, expecting effort from their partners. Remember, no matter how worthless you might feel, you are the reason someone smiles. One of the most confusing emotions is when your mind resents someone, but your heart still loves them, leaving you unsure of what to do. Faith isn't about asking God to stop the storm. It's about trusting Him to guide you through it. The most painful goodbyes are often those left unspoken and without explanation. Either someone values you or they don't. Don't try to convince anyone of your worth. If someone doesn't appreciate you, they aren't worthy of you. Respect yourself enough to be with those who truly value you. Sometimes, the more you learn about someone, the less interested you become. There are times when letting go is the only option because you cannot make someone treat you as you treat them. Not everyone deserves an explanation. Sometimes silence is preferable, letting them assume you were wrong. The saddest thing is saying goodbye to someone you wanted to spend your life with. When you genuinely love someone, it's challenging to leave them. If a guy loves you, he'll talk openly about difficult and personal topics. No one notices your tears, sadness, or pain, but they'll always see your mistakes. The hardest feeling is not wanting to give up on someone but knowing that you must. One of life's toughest lessons is learning to stay quiet when you have so much to say. A challenging decision is choosing whether to walk away or to keep trying. Just because someone wants you doesn't mean they value you. Don't become dependent on someone. It's difficult to forget them once they're gone. When a girl says what it's not because she didn't hear you, she's giving you a chance to rephrase. Real depression is pretending to have stopped loving someone you still love. Listen carefully to how someone talks about others. This is exactly how they'll talk about you to others. Women are often more drawn to people who make them laugh. No matter how carefully you pick your words, others will twist them. People often get angry with you when they can no longer use you. Telling a woman to calm down when she's clearly upset will only frustrate her further. When you're no longer friends with someone, respect the secrets they shared with you. That's integrity. The saying opposites attract is a myth. We're generally drawn to those who share our views. You can't heal someone who uses their pain to harm others. Workplace romance is more likely to lead to marriage than relationships started at bars or through friends. People often miss you most when they realize they can't replace you. Love often begins with a feeling, but it becomes a choice to stay. Sometimes, all we need is someone who will be there, who will listen, and who will understand. We're often drawn to people with whom we have no chance. Sometimes, the person who doesn't talk to you wants you the most. Unresolved misunderstandings can become the reason for a lifetime of distance. Girls often fall for the person who avoids them the most. Everything in life is temporary. So if things are going well, enjoy it, because it won't last forever. And if things are bad, don't worry, it won't last forever either. No matter how good you are, if you're in the wrong place, your value may go unrecognized. Everything will happen for you all at once, and you'll be grateful you didn't quit. Believe that blessings are on the way. One day, looking back, the struggles will seem beautiful. It's painful when the person who makes you feel better is also the one causing you pain. Without effort and the willingness to endure discomfort and anxiety, no one grows, and no one achieves anything worthwhile. When choosing a friend, examine their character as you would inspect fabric before purchasing clothes. Betraying someone else's secret is disloyal, but sharing your own is unwise. I don't believe it's necessary to know exactly who I am. My main goal is to become someone new, someone different from who I was at the beginning. With the right person, happiness is effortless, it just happens. Be grateful for your blessings and never doubt the importance of your struggles. Don't ask why things happen, instead, appreciate the strength they bring. God is opening the windows of heaven and pouring out blessings for you. Once you fall in love, there's no returning to just being friends. Sometimes you have to let go of the image of how you thought life would be and find joy in the life you're actually living. She may come back into your life after being let down by people she thought were better than you. There comes a time when you must decide whether to turn the page, start a new chapter, or close the book. A man who remains silent after being disrespected is a force to be reckoned with. You can only succeed when your mind is stronger than your heart. Reaching one goal should be the beginning of another. An erect penis has no conscience. The only woman who knows her man's whereabouts every night is a widow. A child can play with its mother's breasts, but not with its father's testicles. A fool cannot untangle a knot tied by a wise person. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. A beautiful woman is heaven to the eyes, torment to the soul, and trouble for the wallet. There are no virgins in a maternity ward. With unclean fingers, the anger of a penis does not harm the vagina. When a man with a large member is intimate with a woman, she may only groan throughout. If money grew on trees, many would marry monkeys. Only a fool tests a river's depth with both feet. A man who weds a beautiful woman and a farmer who plants corn by the roadside face the same issue. Knowledge is like a garden. Consider what's said, not who says it. Making you laugh doesn't always mean someone loves you. Every kind of love is still love, but self-love reigns supreme. Love spares no one, it touches all. It's better to be loved than feared. The quarrels between lovers renew their love. Tomorrow belongs to those who prepare today. Even a lion guards itself from flies. Don't be so blinded by love that you miss when it rains. Love, like rain, doesn't pick the grass it falls on. A woman without intimacy for a long time may become irritable over small things. When two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. Love doesn't heed gossip. You know whom you love, but can't always know who loves you. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. A lion won't turn when a small dog barks. A falling tree makes more noise than a forest growing. The one who loves someone unattractive makes them beautiful. Calm seas don't create skilled sailors. The one who truly cares for you isn't the one who sees you daily, but the one who searches with their heart. Deep roots mean there's no need to fear the wind. A wise person will always find a way. A bird leaving the ground only to land on an anvil is still on earth. Those ungrateful for what they have will never be content. The sun doesn't overlook a small village. Someone who forgives easily leads a peaceful life. One who eats alone dies alone. A person unaware of their origins will never know where they're headed. Someone unloved by their own is like a tree without roots. A patient person will enjoy ripe fruit. Someone who loves you won't ask you to change but will support you in becoming better. People who aren't thankful for small things won't appreciate bigger ones. Someone who can't dance blames the drum. A person who holds back in anger will avoid 100 days of sorrow. Following in others' footsteps means never leaving your mark. If you want honey, don't knock over the beehive. Someone who doesn't respect elders won't earn respect from their children. Those who don't learn from mistakes are destined to repeat them. Never sleep with a woman burdened by major life issues. She won't enjoy it. The person who cares for you will be honest, even if it hurts. A person lacking humility will stumble. Never share your dreams with foolish people. Don't tell anyone your income, just show what you can afford. You have one life, live it fully and enjoy it. Never give sadness a single chance. Eyes may be afraid, but hands still work. Those who don't take risks don't taste champagne. A bad dancer blames his genitals. If you dig a grave for an enemy, dig one for yourself too. You only die once, but you can't escape it. Don't try to teach someone who already knows. It's nice to visit, but home is better. No use throwing punches after a fight ends. If you fear wolves, don't go into the forest. Without hard work, you can't even catch a fish. Rushing through things makes others laugh at you. Poverty breeds invention. If you're given something, accept it. If you're beaten, run. Still waters hide the devil. All genius is simple. A foolish person praying to God may only end up hurting themselves. Every joke has some truth. Don't bring your own rules to someone else's monastery. Don't assume there are no crocodiles just because the water is calm. Silver in the beard, but the devil in the ribs. Don't set sail on another star. Don't call a dog with a whip in hand. No medicine cures hatred. Knowing too much makes you age quickly. Carry your own water, and you'll remember every drop. One lie can ruin 1,000 truths. A good conversation is like holding treasure. When an old man dies, a library burns. If you think you're too small to make a difference, spend the night with a mosquito. The one planting grapes by the roadside and the one marrying a beautiful woman have the same problem. Wood already touched by fire is easy to reignite. A united family shares one plate. If there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can't harm you. When a girl loses her virginity, her shyness fades. Those who don't obey can't command. It's better to fall from a tree and break your back than fall in love and break your heart. If a woman doesn't love you, she'll call you her brother. He may say he loves you, but wait and see what he does for you. When you smile, the world smiles with you. Even in darkness, there's hope, because after the long night, there's always light. Moving slowly is fine, as long as you keep moving and don't give up. With patience, a sour grape can turn into a sweet meal. In the end, fairness reaches those who deserve it. Someone bitten by a snake may fear even a harmless rope. To reach something valuable, you must take the long road. There are no shortcuts. For many, the greatest risk isn't aiming too high and missing, but aiming too low and succeeding in little. The ideal time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but if you missed it, the next best time is now. A fish is freshest when you catch it. For things to change, start by changing yourself. Patience is hard, but it brings sweet rewards. You can't discover new horizons without leaving the shore. If you believe deeply, you can make it real. Remember, your drive to succeed is what matters most. Happiness isn't pre-made, it's built through actions. Each year, we often long for what we had before. You can judge a year's goodness by how its spring begins. We'll count the chickens after fall ends, meaning, wait and see how it turns out. There's no shame in asking questions. The blame isn't in not knowing, it's in the monkey blaming the crooked floor for failing to dance. Keep learning from birth to the end of life. Whenever you stand tall, lend a hand to those who have stumbled. You can heal a sword wound, but not the damage caused by words. If you want a woman to be intimate, just tell her you love her deeply. Stones and sparrows are free. If you don't try, you'll never succeed. A bee is always near a flower. If you're going to make an effort, go all out, otherwise, don't start at all. When someone starts avoiding you, don't disturb them again. A love like that was a true sickness, one from which you never fully recover. Remember, when you point a finger at someone, 3 others point back at you. It's possible to love someone if you don't know them too well. Distance yourself from those who never admit fault, and always try to make you feel guilty. Some people never go crazy. What dull lives they must lead. The issue with the world is that smart people are full of doubts while foolish ones are full of certainty. Some mornings you might feel you can't make it, but you laugh, remembering all the times you felt this way. I wanted everything or nothing. The problem was having to choose between 2 evils, each time losing more until nothing remained. The less I needed, the better I felt. Every time you judge others, you reveal a part of yourself that needs healing. There is always a woman to save you from another, and as she does, she prepares to harm you. An intellectual complicates a simple idea, while an artist makes a complex one simple. Being alone never felt right. Sometimes it was okay, but it never felt truly right. The difference between democracy and dictatorship is that, in a democracy, you vote first and take orders later. In a dictatorship, you don't waste time voting. We are here to laugh in the face of odds and live so well that death will hesitate to take us. As the spirit fades, form takes shape. Some lose all mind and become pure soul, others lose all soul and become pure mind, and some lose both and gain acceptance. You have to die a few times before you truly learn to live. There are worse things than being alone, but realizing it often takes decades, and by then, it's too late, and nothing is worse than too late. If you feel you're losing your soul, but know it, you still have one left to lose. Love yourself without limits, just as you love those closest to you, despite their flaws. People without morals may think they're freer, but usually they just lack the capacity to love or feel deeply. There's a loneliness in the world so intense you can see it in the slow ticking of a clock's hands. Start saving the world by helping one person at a time. All else is grandiose fantasy. Health doesn't always come from medicine. Often, it's born from peace of mind, heart, and soul. It comes from laughter and love. If you share your secrets with the wind, don't blame it for telling the trees. A snake may shed its skin countless times, but it remains a snake. Remember this before letting some people back into your life. When people start speaking against you, it's a sign you're growing. If you're able to help someone, do it. God might be watching. Every effort faces countless challenges before succeeding. Those who persist will eventually see light. Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're finished. Don't feel sad about someone who left you. Feel sorry for them, as they lost someone who would never have given up on them. Every woman deserves a man who loves and respects her, and every man deserves a woman who values his efforts. Couples meant to be together are those who survive challenges meant to tear them apart and come out stronger. Even the strongest people make time to support others, even when handling their own struggles. Sometimes quiet people have much to say, they're just cautious about whom they share it with. Discussions are better than arguments, as an argument decides who is right, while a discussion finds what is right. When a woman lacks emotional closeness for a long time, she'll start wanting more than just physical connection. She'll yearn for a bond that resonates with her heart. True loneliness doesn't always mean being alone. Without literature, life is empty. Don't worry about closed doors behind you. New ones are opening as long as you keep moving forward. Remember, hugs matter. A hug from the right person can melt away stress. It takes roughly 66 days to form a daily habit. Studies indicate people who instinctively use sarcasm in response to silly questions have healthy minds. Those with a strong sense of guilt are often more attuned to others' feelings and concerns. We're naturally second-guessing ourselves because we sense others' disapproval. Yawning when someone else does, even if you're not tired, is normal and linked to empathy. The average person's mind wanders 30% of the time, and looking at someone you love can cause your pupils to widen by up to 45%. In the last 7 minutes of brain activity before death, you may see your memories in a dreamlike state. Having siblings has been shown to help people interact better with peers. How someone treats staff members reveals a lot about their character. Marrying a man who isn't financially stable is normal. You can grow together without putting pressure on him. People at similar levels of attractiveness are more likely to end up together. When you love someone more than they deserve, they may hurt you more than you deserve. If a relationship doesn't help you become a better person, you're with the wrong partner. In uncomfortable moments, men usually touch their faces, while women often touch their necks, jewelry, arms, or hair. Invest time in someone who makes you feel appreciated even on your worst days. That's real love. Staying silent doesn't mean you have nothing to say. It means you believe they're not ready to understand your thoughts. A girl feels happiest when she knows you make her your priority in front of others. According to research, people over 70 who have close friends live 22% longer. Excessive smiling is often a sign of someone hiding emotional pain. When you find a king, keep him. When you find a queen, love and protect her. Don't reshuffle your deck. You might end up drawing a joker. Real love is when you know they won't return, yet you still miss them. If someone lies to you, it's because they don't respect you enough to be honest and think you're too naive to notice. Love is a heavenly kind of passion that can bring great joy. Women reach a stage in life where material things matter less. They just want a real man to love, trust, and support them. When a woman stops getting upset with you, it's a strong sign that she no longer cares. Men and women who share similar music tastes tend to communicate better and have longer relationships. Nothing is as beautiful as seeing someone who's had bad luck in love finally loved effortlessly by the right person. Relationships aren't just about kisses, hugs, and romance. They're about trust and sticking with each other. Stay away from people who never admit when they're wrong and always try to make you feel at fault. Women feel more at ease with someone who takes the time to know them before forming a relationship. Psychology says friendship isn't defined by who you spend the most time with, but by who you have the best time with. Some people always seem angry and seek conflict. Walk away. Their battle is with themselves, not you. Ironically, the people who don't speak to you are often the ones who care the most. Many people think love is filled with joy, smiles, and romance, but the truth is, love often involves hurt, pain, and tears. When you remove someone from your life, they won't tell the full story. They'll only share the parts that make you look bad. Don't force someone to think of you all the time. Just stay silent and let them see what life is like without you. A finger that wipes away tears during tough times is more valuable than 1,000 hands that clap for your success. When someone watches your mouth while you're talking, it likely means they want to kiss you. If you want to know if someone loves you, look into their eyes. When we're in love, our pupils can dilate by up to 45%. A strong relationship is with someone who knows all your flaws and insecurities, yet still loves you as you are. Some people aren't antisocial. They're just selective about who they spend time with. Loving someone you don't see daily proves that love isn't based on sight, but comes from the heart. You only realize how much you love someone when you lose them. So don't take it for granted. You're most likely to develop a crush on someone you know well and frequently interact with. It's a man's duty to respect a woman, but it's a woman's role to give him something to respect. Once you truly love someone, you may remove them from your life, but it's hard to get them out of your heart. A true man doesn't need a different woman every night. He cherishes the same woman for a lifetime. If you break a man's heart and he still respects and cares for you, you may not realize what you've lost. The worst pain doesn't come from enemies. It comes from those you love and trust most. People change for two reasons, Either their minds have been opened or their hearts have been broken. You keep a lot inside because finding someone who understands is difficult. Often the things that hurt us the most teach us the greatest life lessons. A man who truly loves you and wants you forever will never give you reasons to doubt him. People who spend excessive time online are more likely to experience depression, loneliness, and mental instability. Those who get easily angered over small things often subconsciously crave love. Fresh water doesn't dry up until everyone drinks from it. Be kind, but don't waste time proving it. Anything started in anger usually ends in shame. A woman's beauty isn't defined by her face alone. A child unaccustomed to punishment will cry even if just touched. If you love what you're doing, success will follow. Success doesn't lead to happiness, happiness leads to success. Take care of your health and build habits that will benefit you throughout life. Someone who loves you won't ask you to change, but will help you become a better person. Anyone who holds back in a moment of anger will avoid 100 days of sadness. Your time is valuable, give it only to the right people. Those who don't learn from their mistakes are bound to repeat them. Don't assume there are no crocodiles just because the water is calm. You don't need to handle everything alone, be willing to ask for help. Growth requires the willingness to change. Someone who loves you will tell you the truth, even if it hurts. Transformation only happens when you put all your energy into it. Seek experiences, not possessions. What you do with your time will add more value to your life than anything you own. Keep positive thoughts. Unhappiness wastes your precious time. People start missing you when they see how happy you are without them. Family isn't just defined by blood, but by those who love, support, and value you. The only person you can change is yourself. Accept others as they are without expecting them to be someone they're not. Not every closed eye is asleep, and not every open eye truly sees. When you face failure, remember your ideas may not be wrong, it might simply be the wrong audience. The difference between a successful person and others isn't a lack of strength or knowledge, but a lack of determination. Trying and failing doesn't mean laziness. A poor worker blames his tools. When you cut someone out of your life, they'll never share the whole story, they'll only share the part that paints you negatively. The bad news is that time flies, but the good news is that you're the pilot of your life. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is now. If a tree doesn't know how to withstand the wind will teach it. No one can master everything, so don't let what you can't do hold you back. If a woman doesn't love you, she'll call you her brother. The only woman who knows where her husband is every night is a widow. If you heal someone's leg, don't be surprised if they use it to leave. There are no virgins in the maternity ward. Tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Hope always waits on the other side of despair. Family is like a tree, it may bend, but it won't break. A man with a good wife won't wander from home. No medicine can cure hatred. If you find yourself upset over small issues, it might be time to focus on healing. A man who grows grapes by the roadside and a man who marries a beautiful woman have the same problem. He who lacks a fence around his land has no enemies. Wounds from a whip fade, but the impact of insults lingers. A deaf person won't hear thunder, but he will see the rain. When the herd stays united, even the lion goes hungry. Focusing only on your problems will just create more. Love is like rain, it doesn't choose which grass to fall on. The one who truly loves you isn't the one who sees you every day, but the one who searches for you with their heart. Don't look to where you fell, look to where you fell, look to where you slipped. A wise man fills his mind before he opens his mouth. If a woman screams during intimacy, you know she's excited. When you carry water with you, you'll remember every drop. Even if you make mistakes or go slowly, you're still ahead of those who aren't trying. Success isn't defined by how much time you spend, but by how you use it. Raise a person, and you raise one individual, raise a woman, and you uplift a whole family. It's better to experience poverty in youth than in old age. Your friends' issues become your issues. The smaller your circle, the fewer problems you have. Most people stay in the same place because the things they cherish keep them anchored. Life can only be understood by looking back, yet it must be lived by moving forward. A person who laughs at themselves never runs out of things to laugh at. First, you spend your health seeking wealth, and then you use that wealth trying to regain health. Every person in your life is a teacher. Some bring lessons of love and support, while others teach what to avoid. Lower your expectations, as high expectations can lead to constant disappointment. With each failure comes the knowledge to improve. Don't ignore a problem you can see coming. That awareness is a gift. Pay close attention to those who say they love you, as sometimes they're just using you. Trust yourself and your first instinct when making decisions. People are excellent at keeping secrets they don't know. Those who say you can't or won't often fear that you will. You don't have to feel great about it, you just need to keep going. The feeling will pass, but you'll still be there. Don't burn yourself out to keep others comfortable. The only true mistake is the one we don't learn from. Today is the oldest you've been and the youngest you'll ever be again. Don't judge each day by the harvest you gather, but by the seeds you plant. If you're the so-called nice guy, you may end up in worse situations than expected. Learn self-sufficiency and understand that you're mortal. Without independence and resourcefulness, you may suffer later. Success is 5% intelligence and 95% persistence. Be mindful of whom you call friends. It's better to have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Let things unfold. If they're meant to be, they'll happen. A ship is safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are built for. Set boundaries that work for you.